Hi everyone, it's Sue here from Scrappy Doo Sue. I hope everyone's doing okay and have had a good week this week. It was my first week back to work after a holiday. It's been quite difficult, busy really, but that's gone so quickly. It's unbelievable. Time seems to be absolutely flying. Today I thought I would do an ephemera episode because I have been doing a series on just making ephemera, and so today I thought we'd make some faux stamps. It's not something I've done before, so before I came on I just made an example of one here. So I have literally used scraps for this. So I've got a postal stamp. So I've got a couple of these postmark stamps here, and I've also got the wavy lines. It all comes part of the postage stamp mark, which is on there. So I've just stamped it off the stamp because they're never fully on the stamp when you get letters and everything anyway. I just use a scrap piece of packaging actually, because I think, well, I'm not worried about that having picture of food on the back, because it's probably going to be stuck down onto a page anyway. So I just took a scrap piece of cardboard and some book page. Well, actually I think this is dictionary paper, which I've layered underneath, and then on the top I just cut out a scrap of scrapbook paper that I have, and then stamped it with the stamps. Used the pinking shears around the edge, and I have gone round it with my vintage photo. So I thought we would make some today. So let's put that one there, and here are some pieces that I've cut out from scrap bits of card. Some are a bit thinner than others, like that. And so I've cut out some random shapes here. I've cut 3 triangles. They're not all equal sizes, it doesn't matter. I've cut what I think will be a couple of squares and some sort of bigger stamps, and a rectangular one. And first of all I'm going to go round these with these pinking shears, and just pink the edges. So we'll do that. So you can use anything you've got to make these. These pinking shears are extremely heavy and very stiff. So that's why I've made these shapes a little bit bigger than I need them to be, or want them to be, so that I can just trim round the edges like this. So that's what we're going to do. And hope that I'm cutting straight. I don't think I've cut that very straight. The trouble is pinking shears are not really happy about you going back over. So I think I'm just going to cut this one down a little bit more like that. Okay. Right, making a bit of a mess. What's new? Today's Sunday afternoon. What's the date? I'm all over the place with dates. It's the 19th of September. So this will probably go up tomorrow. So I'll have one that size, I think. Yeah, have one that size. Stamps come in all various shapes nowadays. No longer is it just, you know, squares and what have you. So so it's really up to you what shape you decide to make yours in. So these pinking shears, they really hurt my hand. They hurt my hand here. So forgive me if it seems a bit laborious, because it actually is. So just move out that rubbish, we can clear that up at the end. So I have actually got a pair of small plasticky ones. Maybe we'll take those out. So I've got these, but the crimping shape or pinking shape is slightly bigger tooth mark, so you'll see what I mean in a minute when we go along there, and you can go along there and then along there. Oops, so I just take those bits off there, those silly tiny bits on the edge. Don't like those. So I'll just show you and compare so you can see that this is like a rounded pinking shear and this is a zigzaggy one. So we'll have 3 zigzaggy ones, I think. Be quite nice. I mean, after all, we're not trying to reproduce a postage stamp exactly, are we? You know. Like that. And the last one, these aren't very sharp either, I don't think. I don't use them that much. I don't think they were very expensive. They came in a set with some other shapes. So the other ones are, well, they came in a set of 3. So the other one is that shape down there, like that. Very wide wavy line. And this one is sort of a random shape, which is quite nice. So let me see if I've got anything I can demonstrate. Just see if I've got anything in the bin. I've got this bit of packaging. So that one cuts like that, so that's all different sizes. And this one, and you can get these on Amazon. They might actually be designed for children. That one's a nice wavy line, but it makes a nice edge on journal pages. Just have a bit of extra interest, really. Just taking up these bigger bits, put those back. I'll keep those out and put those back. I don't want packaging. Sorry if that was my head. Need to empty my bin again. Forever emptying it. Okay. Oh, it's made a bit of a mess. Right, so we have these now. Like this, various shapes. So what I did next is I layered mine underneath with a bit of book page or dictionary page. You don't have to do that. You can just cut something out, an image to fit on these. So let's have a look. I've got some scraps here. So I've got scrap sheets. This is a kind of collaged one. So I thought we'd maybe take a piece out of here. I thought that would be quite nice. So we won't use the pinkishes. You don't need to do that for these. So I thought maybe we'll cut down a line and see what we can take out of here. So we could have that one up that way. So what you need to do is cut it slightly smaller, the piece that's going inside. So you want it inside the pinked edge like that. So I'm just going to mark where it is with pencil like that. And then I will cut inside that line. So sure that's straight. Okay, let's see what it looks like. So I still need some off it, so we'll cut some off the bottom. So you can use whatever you've got. Right, I'm just going to get the guillotine. Oh God, I can't cut straight to save my life. So just going to line it up there like that, and it's just two sides mainly that were not quite right. Okay, that should be okay now. Okay, so that's okay, and that looks, you know, like a stamp. So I'm just going to ink around the edge, just a light ink really, and around this bit I think. And then we're just going to stick that onto there like so. And as this is scrapbook paper, well, I've had this unpinned actually, which was a bit naughty because it always only takes a few seconds for it to dry up. Especially when you're on camera. Whoops. So all we're going to do is we're going to just kind of centre it. Oh my gosh, that jumped down on there before I had a chance to. I'm going to have to glue it again. So I think that's. I'm just going to pink that edge a bit more to even that up. That's actually stuck. So that's one. So we'll do the stamping of them afterwards. Okay, the next one, let's use something different. So we've got these ladies. These are Edwardian ladies. I thought we'd have somebody's head on a stamp. Not the Queen, somebody similar like this lady here. So I'm just going to draw around, make a mark where I want to cut like so. And I'm just going to first of all cut that piece out. And then I'll take which one shall we use for it? Oh, this was the one. So I'll take that and I'll just see how wide I want it. So I'm going to cut it down to there. And let's see. So we need to cut a bit off the top. Oh, that's on my stamp pad, ink pad. Tiny bit down the side, so I think we'll take slither off there. And a tiny bit more of the bottom. And at least I know it's going to be straight, otherwise it will be all over the place. So that's going to be a nice one there. That's a funny mark on it. Anyway, I thought that would make a nice faux stamp. I'm not making these in any particular theme, but you could if you had something, you know, that you're in process of making, if you have a project on the go. I'm just checking to see if this is straight, because I think it's an optical illusion, because that does seem straight. And is this now after I've guillotined it a million times? No, it's not quite. So I'm just going to straighten up this edge. Bit fiddly. But there we go. Right. Okay, that should look better now. Right, that's perfect. Okay. So we'll use this art glitter, because this sheet of Edwardian Ladies, it's not glossy, but it is that sort of photograph type paper. And again, I want to line that up. So I actually think that's a band in her hair. I keep thinking that's a funny mark, but she's got some sort of band round her head. Okay, that's two. Right. Okay, let's see, what can we make this one into? Let's see, let's have a look. What have we got? So this one we could use a floral page. That would be quite nice. Just see what I think is going to go best on it. So what I would do is just find a piece of design on the paper that you're using and just have a look. So that's going to be kind of like that. I think that's probably going to be the best piece to use. So we could use that one there. So just marking that. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so okay, this is quite tricky, this is. I may have to cut round this one with the scissors and then straighten it up afterwards. So I think that would be quite nice on there. Okay, I just need my pencil rubber, eraser I should say. Okay. And here is our stump. So now, okay, just keep checking. Okay. So you don't need much for the image really, you know. So all your scraps from journal pages, you know, digital kits and things you've used will be ideal. So that is okay, I think, that one. So this is out of oh, it's going to be very temperamental, this glue today, I can tell. This is out of just a floral book. I hope you've all had a good day. I can't believe the weekend is over already, nearly. Oh, hello, Paddy dog. Have you come up to tell me that Daddy's starting dinner? I can hear pots and pans. Okay, so that's that one. Oh, right. Get rid of the rubbish. And let's move on to another one of these. So for this one, I thought you could make use of these scraps. So that's a clock. That's probably not good. See what other scraps I've got out. Got them to the side of me. Oh, I've got this one. This is a nice scrap. This would be nice. We could make one out of there. So I'm just going to cut around that. I think that would make a good one, yes. Okay, so you want quite a bit off. Okay, so we'll take that edge off first. And then straighten up this edge. Just check it again. Just a little bit more. Still about there, I think. And just a tiny bit off of that blank side, I think. Like that. I hope I haven't cut too much off now. No, that's fine. Okay. So these are very easy, straightforward, and you can make them in your own style. They're faux stamps, so they don't have to be realistic. You can pretty much do them in whatever you want. But just add something extra to a page or collage or whatever you're using them in. Okay, so that's another one there. Right, let's find something else. So we've got some pages out of a book here. So we can make these very easily. Let's just use some horse chestnut for this one, I think. I'm just giving myself a rough guide to cut out. It's quite nice on the back as well. So we'll make another one of these. Oh, I think this desk is level because everything keeps rolling about. So I think we'll cut round there, and then we'll have to cut it down with the guillotine. Well, I will, because you know my cutting skills leave a lot to be desired. So, and on the guillotine I have lines to help me keep it straight. Just mind your fingers when you're doing this. Sound like a mum, don't I? Never lose it, do you? Right, a little bit more off there. And a bit more off the side. So I think we'll take a bit off this side. With the tiny little images, it's difficult to sometimes find something that will look like an image on here. Okay, that's good. And we have another one. Use another page of this, I think. This is very pretty. It's on the back. Oh, they're very pretty too. Columbines. Oh, I do like the columbines. I think we'll go for those. Okay, let's take that off. And we will take it off. Don't want to take too much off that side, because that's kind of its stem, so it's going to have to be a bit more off of here. a very hesitant cut because I wasn't sure if I wanted to cut that piece quite that wide off or not. In the UK, I suppose it's the same everywhere, in every country. We have series of stamps, so there might be a floral series, steam locomotion series, you know, machinery series, historical series, and that, you know, you get a sheet of stamps all with that theme there. I'm happy with that. So you can make them an animals, nature, insects, anything at all. And it's just a lovely little session, you know, nice little ephemera episode to make these. So that's that one. I like that. I like although you can do random images, that's perfectly fine. I do like images that I can identify with. So this one's, I think we're going to have this one this way. I don't want to repeat that. Okay, that's not suitable. Let's have a look, see if there's anything on here that would make a longish stamp. Really, I guess that would. Violets would be nice. No, I don't like it. I do like it, but I don't like it on that. Let's have a look at this. Not feeling it, not feeling that at all. It's probably the trickiest bit, really. I'm just going to go for this and see what it looks like when I've cut it, that area out. Let's have a look. So, bring the guillotine back. Where did I put that? Here it is. Now that's quite nice because I'm going to have to cut it down. So push it down quite a bit actually. Okay, right. Stick a bit more because there's just part of a word on there which I don't need. Okay, that's somehow got itself into a different angle of triangle than it was. So I need to go down there like that. That's better. Take some more off. Yeah, this side is longer, so okay, so if we position it like that, so I've got those two sides there, kind of how I want them. I need to just make a mark and try and straighten that edge. Triangles are a little bit tricky if we get them in the wrong shaped triangle and it's still not right. So I think I have to cut it at an angle somehow. Maybe like that. Let's have a look. That looks better. What does that side look like? Quite like that side better actually. I'm not sure now. So I've done the shape, so is it going to look better like that, which is sort of a something and a nothing. I don't really, it doesn't really indicate to me anything much. Or do we use that size there? I think I'll go for that side actually. It's been a very wet day here today. Yesterday was glorious. Today is wet, miserable. Not cold though. It's been quite mild. 2 to go and then we're done. You'll be pleased to know. So we've got another triangle. So this one, we could take this daisy, I think, out of here. And we went to the garden. Oops, went to the garden centre today. So I wanted to get a hardy fuchsia for the garden. And I've got a bit of gardening that needs to be done in the next couple of weekends, really. So we go down like that. Okay. So that's a nice one with the daisy on. Okay, nearly there. Yeah, I've got to tidy up the garden. It's beginning to look a bit bedraggled now. You know how gardens do when they're coming to the end of everything, flowering and all that. And some of my, I like to put shrubs in the garden as well, and leave them. And the buddleia, I've got a dwarf buddleia, and that really needs pruning down. And okay, I'm just going to trim this because this is not actually straight. Well, that one's not as successful, I don't think, personally, but it's okay. Just this one now. Sorry about that. Right, I have had to go downstairs and sort something out, so I've had to quickly turn you off and turn you back on. But before I change it back on, I've got this collage book. It's mixed media, and it's volume 1, and volume 1 is called Plants and Flowers. And on this kind of fly leaf inside are little tiny stamps, if you like, or inches, or whatever you like to call them, of these bigger pictures that are inside. So this is a very useful book. I can recommend it to anybody who wants to do some sort of botanicals and cut them out. So I'm going to use one of these, and the one that sticks out to me is this one, which is a tiny picture of foxgloves. So I'm just going to cut that out. So these books, there's several books on the market, collage books like this, all different themes, and you know, you can pretty much get them in any theme, and you can use more or less everything in them. You know, lots of the pages are double-sided as well, and they have some nice digital sort of coffee paper, dyed paper and that sort of thing on the back. So they are quite nice to use, very useful actually. Best use since I've been doing the Marguerite Miller 52-week collage challenge. I found them extremely useful for that. I keep putting them on my kind of list for birthdays and Christmas. Ever hopeful, you know. We just decided amongst us today, actually, had a WhatsApp video call with the girls, and we decided we're going to do Secret Santa again. So there, it's a little picture of foxgloves. I don't know if you can see that, and it fits perfectly. So panic over. Right, we don't need that, we can put it away. Let's just and I hope the ink is going to play ball. I think it's probably going to say it doesn't want to now because I've left it for a few minutes. No, oh my goodness me, wonders will never cease. Oh goodness, and I just dropped it on the mat. That's why I still use my mat. I don't want to get my white desk all messed up, and the lavender disc is actually a desk protector. So I think I'm going to go down to the next notch on that and just straighten that up there. Like so. So we now have all of our faux stamps all ready to be stamped. So we have our triangular ones and all our shaped ones, and that's everything. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So now I'm going to stamp them. So this is my part of my glue book here. So I'm going to get my archival ink here. It's the jet black one, and I already have my, I did have my stamps already. Oh, where have I, oh, here they are. All right. Oh, let me just pin the glue. Just pin that. Like so. Okay. And so, got our stamp. I'm going to use postmark and the wavy lines. I don't know what that's called. So the postmark is, oh, not sure. It is 1967, 10th of July, and it's Italy. So that's the one we're using. So got the first stamp, so I'm going to just lightly go over it, and I'm only going to go in the corner like so, and then I'm going to take this one. I don't even know if they use the wavy lines anymore in the post office. A lot of it's all franked already, so there we have it. So that's what it will look like there. So let's do the next one. So make sure that's up the right way. We'll do it on this corner this time. And bit of a wavy line there, like so. Okay. Doesn't matter where you stamp it really, they're usually down the bottom. There's the postmarks. It just depends on how they've been marked up, whether it's manually or on a machine. Like so. We are, and let's do this one, making sure they're up the right way. So you've got to imagine this stamp might be on an envelope, which case the rest of the postmark would be on that envelope rather than on the stamp. So that's how they normally look anyway. And the last one. So give that one a good stamping. So put the stamps away, put the ink away, cap this glue. I'll just turn this page upside down so that you can see them better. And there we have our faux stamps. All different themes, florals, people, butterflies, you know, botanicals. So there we have them, 9 faux stamps, and they can adorn any page on your journal. They can be also stuck down 3 sides, which I might do with this one, and you can make a tuck. So you could just stick it down 3 sides and say, for instance, that was your journal page, stick it down there and there, and you'd have a tuck there to put something nice in, little something nice like a little label like that. So you can, you know, do all sorts with them really. I mean, actually, if you glued that down the 3 sides along the bottom and the 2 sides, that would be a nice size for a little tiny faux stamp pocket like that. So I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry about the interruption. You never know what's going to happen, do you, when you start videoing? Always something happens. Usually somebody comes to the door and starts Paddy Dog off. But anyway, they're all done now, so I'm off to have my dinner. An early Sunday dinner in the evening. We don't stick to routine at the weekend. We just do what we fancy. So today we haven't really bothered with lunch or anything, so we're just having an early dinner. So I will say goodbye, and I will see you again next week. Take care, everyone. Have a good week next week. Bye bye.